What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ravi Wadden, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about an awesome lease deal on DriveMatch on a 2023 Mercedes Benz EQS 580 4MATIC. So here's how the video is going to break down. In the first part of this video, what we'll do is we'll go to DriveMatch.com and we'll break down this lease deal that is on DriveMatch right now. And in the second part of this video, we'll break down the lease payments and we'll talk about my 1.25% rule of leasing, and we'll break down why this EQS 580 4MATIC is such an awesome lease deal. And in the third part of this video, we'll break down the finance payments versus the lease payments, and we'll also talk about why it is advantageous to lease this car versus financing it. So if that sounds good to you, please don't forget to like this video or give it a thumbs up, and please don't forget to follow or subscribe to my channel. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on DriveMatch.com, where you can skip the dealership, and it's the easiest way to lease a new car. We also have a 100% money back guarantee. You will get the DriveMatch price, or you will be fully refunded. So let's go ahead and click on Explore Cars. And as you can see, we have some Kias, we have some Hyundais. We'll click on Load More. We've got a couple of Genesises here. We've got a Jeep Wrangler 4xe, which is an amazing lease deal. We've got a Lexus, a Kia EV9, and actually looking for the Mercedes EQS 580. And here it is. As you can see here, it's an Obsidian Black Metallic. It's a 2023 Mercedes Benz EQS 580 4MATIC SUV, because this car also comes in a sedan. It's kind of similar to an S-Class. Right now, you can lease it for $899 per month with $3,000 due at signing, with a $250 DriveMatch fee. So let's go ahead and click on this car. Now, here is the dedicated page for this Mercedes Benz EQS 580 on DriveMatch.com. Now, as you can see, you can lease this car for $899 a month. The exterior color is Obsidian Black Metallic. And if you want to see the interior color, it is the Neva Gray Leather. If you want to see a list of the packages, it has the illuminated running boards, active ambient lighting, and 110-volt home charging cable, and a trunk mat. The offer for this particular EQS is 24 months at 7,500 miles a year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you want a 10,000, 12,000, or a 15,000 mile a year lease, you can get one right on DriveMatch.com. You will have to, lease the car and pay the DriveMatch fee, and then get a 10,000, 12,000, or 15,000 mile a year lease on the back end, and the price is $899 a month. If you want to see the dealer info, you'll see that this dealer is located in California, and we have nationwide shipping available. Now, one of the cool features of DriveMatch is that you can actually place a bid here. So if I click on Place Bid, I can actually scroll down, and you'll see that the base monthly payment on this car is $899. Now, if you want to place a pre-tax monthly bid, I can actually maybe place a bid of $850. Sorry, that's $850 or $800 or whatever number I desire, and then I can place bid. And the dealer on the back end might actually accept your bid. And that's one of the cool differentiators that DriveMatch offers. You can actually place a bid. But, if you don't want to place a bid and you're just happy with this price because it is already an awesome lease deal, you can just click on lease for $899 a month. And here you'll see some additional information. And as I mentioned, the lease terms, including yearly mileage allowance, lease duration, and initial payment, are all adjustable post-match to better suit your personal requirements. And that's why I say, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to have a 10,000 mile, 12,000 mile a year lease, you can do that even though the listed ad for this car is at 7,500 miles. It says, while the discount you see is guaranteed, please note that the final monthly payment may vary upon any modifications you make to these terms. Credit score and location may also affect pricing. Quotes are shown for Tier 1 credit scores. Now, if we look at the details of the fee estimate, you'll see that the due at signing, which is paid to the dealer, is $3,000. And if we click here, you'll see that this is the total amount you pay the dealership when signing for the vehicle. This includes the first month's payment, dealer fees, acquisition fee, down payment, etc. This can be increased or decreased based on your personal needs. The monthly payment will vary according to these changes, and the DriveMatch discount is guaranteed. So a lot of people think that this $3,000 is like money down and then the dealership's going to charge you additional fees. And that is not true, ladies and gentlemen. This is all that's due at signing. As mentioned, when you highlight here, It is the acquisition fee, it's the first month's payment, it's all of your taxes on your rebates, because this car does qualify for the $7,500 EV tax credit, so it includes the taxes on that rebate, and it includes all of your registration fees. So what we've done is we've kind of taken a worst case scenario and we kind of priced in the most expensive registration for this car in the country, and that is actually included in this $3,000. And when you go to a dealership and you see those national ads, those don't include the registration fees. And that's one thing that really differentiates DriveMatch. We've included everything in this $3,000 minus the shipping and minus the DriveMatch fee, which brings me to my next line item, which is the DriveMatch fee. It is currently at $250. Now this is a promotional period because we just launched DriveMatch.com, but eventually it will be going up to $500. So hurry up to DriveMatch now to get this fee before it goes up. Now the shipping fee, what we've estimated, I'm in Seattle, Washington, and the shipping fee right now is approximately $700. And again, we've tried to factor this in as a worst case scenario. So it's not like you're gonna pay the DriveMatch fee and then we're gonna quote you, $1,200 or $1,300. We'll try to keep it at $700, and this is a worst case scenario. And then you've got your base monthly payment, your monthly tax estimate, and then your estimated total monthly cost. And you also see here that it says potential discounts available. So these could be discounts like recent college graduate, a loyalty discount, and those are things that we can't really factor into this monthly payment without knowing whether or not you qualify for those rebates, because a lot of the national ads will factor in every single rebate and they'll give you that end price. That's why when you go to lease those cars, they're like, hey, you don't qualify for the loyalty rebate, or you don't qualify for the recent graduate rebate or the military rebate, but we didn't factor those in. This is the price. The price that you see is the price that you pay. And I do think I forgot to mention the vehicle MSRP, which is a very important factor in this video. This particular EQS 580 has an MSRP of $129,000, a shade over $129,000. And that actually leads me to the next part of this video, where we'll talk about the 1.25% rule of leasing. Now in this part of the video, what I want to do is showcase why this Mercedes EQS 580 4MATIC is such a good lease deal by using the 1.25% rule of leasing. Now my 1.25% rule of leasing pretty much says that when the monthly payment with $0 down, including taxes, is less than 1.5% of the vehicle's MSRP, that's a good deal. If it's less than 1.25% of the MSRP, that's a great deal. And if it's less than 1% of the MSRP, that's an amazing deal. And those 1% lease deals don't come around very often. So let's actually pull out the handy dandy calculator and let's run the 1.25% rule of leasing on this car. Now we'll start with $3,000, since that is the due at signing on DriveMatch.com, and then we'll subtract $899 from that amount, since that is the first month's payment, and then I'll actually add the $250 DriveMatch fee, and when I do that, I get $2,351. Now what I'll do is I'll divide this by 24, since this is a 24-month lease. And when I do that, I get $97.95. That's pretty much breaking down the due at signing into 24 equal monthly payments, and that gets me $97.95. And I'll add the monthly payment of $899 to this amount, and that gives me a grand total pre-tax of $996.95. And what I'll do is I'll multiply this by 1.1 to account for 10% sales tax here where I live in Seattle, Washington. And 10% sales tax is actually on the higher end in terms of sales tax rates across the nation. And when I do that, I get $1,096. Again, if your sales tax rate is 6% or 5%, it will be lower. Now what I'll do is I'll divide this by this car's MSRP, which is $129,000, let's just say $500. That gives me 0.0084, and I'll multiply this by 100 to roll the decimal spot over 2 spots. And that, ladies and gentlemen, gives me 0.84%. And this is exactly why I'm telling you guys that this EQS 580 on DriveMatch is an amazing deal, sitting at just 0.84%. Not only is it a sub 1% lease deal, it's a sub 0.9% lease deal. And the cool thing with DriveMatch is that you're not going to be surprised by any fees. You see, when a dealer advertises a lease deal like this, number one, a dealer doesn't advertise a lease deal like this. You'd have to work, and you'd probably have to spend countless hours getting a lease deal like this. So number one, you're saving a ton of time right off the bat because this deal is pre-negotiated. Number two, you're not going to be hit by any other surprise fees. That $3,000 that we require due at signing includes every single fee, including the registration fee. And ladies and gentlemen, if you actually want to roll that $3,000 into your monthly payment and make this a true sign and drive lease, we can do that as well on the back end of your lease. Now, if you've been following any of these Mercedes electric vehicle lease specials, you'll know that there's not many of them around in the nation. And even when you call dealers that have inventory of this, EQS, whether it's a 450 or a 580, or whether it's an EQE, you'll know that dealers just don't go down to this price. You'll have to work to get this deal. And that's why we made DriveMatch, is to save you time and to save you money. It really is a win-win situation. And now in this part of the video, what I want to do is compare the lease special that we have on DriveMatch.com on this EQS to what the payments would be if you were to finance this particular car. Now, as you can see here on the right-hand side of this page, I had the auto loan calculator. I have an auto price of $129,500, a loan term of 72 months, an interest rate of 5%. We don't have any cash incentives built into this deal right now, but we have a down payment of $3,000, and we have a state tax of 10%, and this monthly payment includes all title, registration, and other fees. And you'll see that if you were to pay sticker price for this car, you'd have a monthly payment of $2,282. Now, I know what a bunch of you guys are thinking, that nobody's going to pay the full retail price of $129,500 for this car. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's just say that you got $30,000 off this car. Let's change the price to $99,500. And even when we do that, let's calculate what your monthly payment's going to be. Your monthly payment is still going to be $1,751. And on DriveMatch, your monthly payment's going to be $899 with the same $3,000 down. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just genuinely trying to tell you that the deal that we have on DriveMatch.com for this EQS 580 is kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's one of the best deals in the country, and you don't even have to work for this deal. It's right here. You just pay the $250 fee, and we can ship it anywhere in the country. We can take that $3,000 that's due at signing, we can roll it into your payment, make it a true sign and drive. And the thing is that we only have one of these cars at this price. So if you're interested in this EQS 580, or if you know someone who's interested in this EQS 580, please send them this video or send them the DriveMatch link, which I will link below. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a video. Financial knowledge is power. Please like and follow for more.